On Capitol Hill this morning, the House, this is a major win here, passing President Trump's one big, beautiful bill. After a long overnight session, it now moves to the Senate, where the upper chamber would have to make some changes of its own. This will happen over the next few weeks.
Our congressional correspondent, Kilmeny Duchardt, was there for the historic moment, not getting much sleep, as we know. She joins us live. Kilmeny, good morning.
And then, John, good morning. House Speaker Mike Johnson and Republicans, in a massive show of unity, have delivered the president's legislative agenda here. This was the product of weeks of negotiations, marathon markups, and, of course, last-minute lobbying efforts from President Trump. The final vote tally on that one was 215 to 214, with two Republicans, Congressman Thomas Massie and Warren Davidson, voting against it. Davidson saying that he believed it would add to the deficit. House Freedom Caucus Chair Andy Harris, who had been negotiating additional demands on behalf of the House Freedom Caucus, with the White House voting present. House Republicans this morning taking a victory lap after making some last-minute amendments to appease members of the House Freedom Caucus. Some of those changes include moving up those Medicaid work requirements to 2026, adding incentives for non-expansion states, and a faster phase-out of those green energy tax credits under the Inflation Reduction Act. I spoke to Speaker Johnson about what this bill will do for the American people.
Well, we call it the One Big Beautiful Bill for a reason. It's everything from ensuring border security to restoring American energy dominance. We're going to prevent the largest tax increase in U.S. history. So the equivalent here is really probably the largest tax cut in the history of the country. We're going to get the economy going again by cutting regulations, cutting down on the permitting time for things to get the economy going again.
What will be your involvement in some of the changes happening in the Senate, and what will your coordination look like with the Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune?
We've been working on this hand in hand really for many months. We wanted to make sure it was a one-team effort between the House and the Senate. Leader Thune and I communicated as recently as last night. I actually called him. He and I try to be accessible to one another. I called him and got him on the phone with a colleague who was on the edge. He helped me whip a vote last night. The Senate leader, she wanted to hear something particular from him about a commitment. And so it's just been that way, a seamless effort. The Republicans are united on Capitol Hill, and I think united around the country. It's a great thing.
Yeah, Speaker Johnson told me after our interview that he was on his way to call President Trump. Of course, it would have been great to hear that conversation. But Democrats, we know, in this process attempted to stall this legislation, including the Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, who had a marathon speech on the House floor. I spoke to him also after about the outcome.
Against it, another voting president, two other Republicans taking a walk. That's not a vote of confidence in this one big, ugly bill.
What's your message to your colleagues in the Senate?
Stop this bill in its tracks.
All right, of course, the hard work will now begin in the Senate, where they'll be working on this over the next few weeks. Again, as we heard from the Speaker, with a lot of involvement from the House Republican side, because this, of course, will have to come back to the House for passage before it then moves to President Trump's desk, with the hopes, of course, the GOP hopes, by that July 4th deadline. Sean and Emma.
Yeah, still, again, a major hurdle cleared, a major victory for Republicans, and a major victory for President Trump there. Kilmeny Duchardt live on Capitol Hill. Thank you very much.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.